Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Mythgard in Middle-earth. This is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who is sitting patiently in Woodhurst, looking over the town and reflecting on the convoluted plots of this particular village and trying to figure out even where we are really here. Gifemund at the beginning seemed pretty clearly a sort of Sarumanic figure, whether he was actually an agent of Saruman, which seemed prohibitively likely at the beginning, or merely a sort of parallel almost. It's like Gifemund's role in this town is almost like a sort of a small-scale version of Saruman and Rohan, right? I mean, it's kind of bizarre. I mean, I know there's the particular overlay of the Dunlending-Rohirrim thing, which I still don't understand the terms of here in Woodhurst, like the way that the people of the town keep talking about both groups as if they were, external to them. Like, who are they even? Anyway, as I said, I've been having... So, Gryfflet has been, troubled in his mind about these things. But we shall persevere. We shall persevere. We're going on an instance, I think, with Gifemund here. The enemy no longer hides in the shadows and has taken the Mead-hall by force. This will surely be a battle. Okay. We'll give it a shot.
A dark power waited in the shadows of Woodhurst for the moment to strike, and watched while the city's champions squabbled among themselves. Now residing on the seat as Woodhurst's conqueror, the champions may be too weak to purge its growing influence.
Wait, I'm confused. Again, I'm re-confused. A dark power has waited in the shadows of Woodhurst. Okay. Who is that again? While the city's champions squabbled among themselves. So I'm supposed to just accept Gifemund as one of the city's champions? Because I still don't. I still suspect him all day long. Are these Dunlending? I guess these are mobs. They're just waiting patiently for me to talk to Gifemund, right? So these are the enemy. Oh, okay. Hang on, guys. I'm supposed to talk to Gifemund. I was just coming over to visit, since you were right there. We have a fight ahead of us, right? They would meet us at the fountain. Okay, there we go. Whoa, what the heck? Sorry. Okay. I'll come in again. I'm doing too many things here. Oh, okay. She's lost interest. Seriously, you guys are wimps. How do you ever expect to take over the Mead-hall when all three of you fighting this one dude can't even get him down? I mean, he's like at half morale after fighting all three of them for like 10 minutes over here. Gifemund, you're a loser. Holy cow. So, like, not only are you, like, the little miniature mouth of Saruman around here, you're also, like, hideously incompetent. This is, like, just a disaster waiting to happen. We're not even waiting, apparently. It's a disaster currently unfolding. Okay, all right. Okay. This is great. But yeah, like, it's not just me, right? I mean, like, Gifemund smells, from the beginning, he's been obviously scheming against, the Thane this whole time. It is a little interesting, Phil, that the Dunlending archers all seem to be women. I mean, it seems to me that they are making it's part of their, like, cultural world building, right? I mean, they seem to have clearly embedded that somehow into the Dunlending culture. Of course, it's interesting that Nonna herself doesn't seem to be, part of this system. We don't see any evidence from Nonna, who is obviously our best known. Oh man, this guy. What are these 3 losers meant to do against this dude? I don't know, but how about I have him beat up on you guys for a while, because I'd frankly just enjoy that. So let's have him not kill me, and then I can sneak up on him, right? But we can't do this, because if we do this, with him chasing me around and you guys hitting him, he's never going to die. Oh, thank you, Gifemund. That was at least a little helpful with the healing business. Whoa, dude. At least I come in right here. All right, we're starting to make some... No, now I've got another one. Okay. Don't worry. As long as I can, just go out and come back in again right there and don't get teleported halfway across the country, then it's all good. Gifemund. I mean, except for you, who are obviously not all good. I wonder what it would take to convince me that Gifemund is not, a suspicious traitor. There's not anybody else shooting us, is there? All right, I think we seem to be doing fine now. At least Gifemund's stooges there have lots of morale points. So they're, good for something. I mean, they're not good tanks, but at least... Okay, all right, what's next? Oh, man, and both of those losers have to survive? All right, where are we going? Have we not captured the... Oh, we gotta... Hang on. Hang on, guys. You stay here. I'm gonna sneak. Oh, all right. Ineffectually, I guess. Be right back, Gifemund. I guess you'll spring into action as soon as we... take out this lady. Okay. Herobrand and Nothmar are approaching. There we go. All right. Okay, Herobrand. What do you say? This is only the beginning. We need to make our way to the Mead-hall door. Nothmar's men will stay with Mana and Skurfa and will hold the fountain area behind us. Okay, well, what I leave here at the fountain, I count no loss. Related, what would it take to convince me that fishmongers aren't suspicious? Look, it's not all fishmongers, okay? I, am perfectly willing to believe in the general virtue of your average fishmonger. It's just that fishmonger, right? I'm sorry, it was a thinly veiled disguise and I saw through it. What can I say? This is a reference, by the way, for those of you who don't get it, to Wiggins' adventures in Dol Amroth during one of my stream marathons, when he uncovered the conspiracy in Dol Amroth. The fishmonger was obviously a spy. Okay, now we've got Uruk-hai sentries. Oh, I don't think so, dude. Okay. All right, we're making progress now. Maybe Herobrand can actually do some damage with his attacks. That'd be nice. Okay, there we go. Strong work. Uphill, Herobrand, uphill. There we go. Looks like it's time to repair my stuff as soon as we finish with this instance. All right. Okay. So we're fighting our way to the Mead-hall. Oh, here comes Gifemund. I thought he was running away to go fetch his, I thought the moment of his sudden but inevitable betrayal was already at hand. There's Arnwy. Yeah, like, what is up with Arnwy? He seems to have, like, turned out of nowhere. Like, I don't know. I get that in some ways, you know, this is supposed to be, like, surprising. And, like, how confusing it is certainly surprising to me. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a nice plain story in some ways would be a lot. I'm just having a hard time following it, and nothing. I don't remember seeing anything from Arnwy before that suggested, like, I mean, I don't know. Nothing about the story of Woodhurst is feeling intuitive. I feel like I'm on an alien planet here in this town. If you understand what I mean, like it doesn't fit. At least that's my, feeling that I have here. Okay. Alright. Oh, we've still got to defeat Arnwy there. Let me just take out this other sentry briefly. Okay, and now we can team up on Arnwy there. That seems fine. As long as he doesn't turn and kill me to death. Well, like that. Hey, Gifemund, why don't you heal us again? And then that way he'll aggro on you, which is much better. Okay. Fortunately, you know what? Okay. I should probably be careful about, actually saying this out loud, but I haven't lost an NPC in a long time. That I recall, anyway. Maybe I'm blocking it out. I mean, of course, I'm not talking about protection quests, but, like, these guys have a lot of morale points. It would take a lot of beating down. I would prefer a plain story, though it led through a hedge of swords. That may be more or less exactly the line that was in my mind when I was talking about that. Yeah. Okay. Just about. Maybe we'll get some exposition that will help to make sense of things. Hope springs eternal. All right. Uh-oh. Okay. For a second, I thought that Gifemund's standing up ahead of everybody else was preparing for the next trigger of action. All right, Herobrand. Arnwy's fate was sealed when he killed Kaelin and turned on all of us with the white hand. They are likely prepared for us inside. We need to be careful. Okay. Oh, it's going to be in the Mead-hall that Gifemund is going to betray us. Former guard, Uruk-hai sentry. Former guard. Are the former guards fighting against them, or no? What's happening here? Herobrand, can you explain this to me? You and I will take the right side. Gifemund and Nothmar should be able to handle the left. You think? Keep your eye on them and help them if they need it, but you should stick with me. Okay. Dude! Your other left! Your other right. Okay, no, and Herobrand immediately just goes over here. Fine. 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 We'll abandon the plan immediately, Herobrand. Who am I even fighting? What's even happening? Where am I? Who am I? Okay. I think we're doing okay here, making some progress. Okay, good. We've got somebody aggroing folks, which seems handy. Seems like a good plan. There's a... Yeah, somebody shooting me from way over here? I mean, that is not only unnecessary, but really genuinely thoughtless. Okay. But we seem to have survived that initial rush, so that's good. There's Gifemund doing his healer thing. Okay. So I'm still confused. These guys aren't respawning, are they? Right? This is an instance, so we should have a concrete number of mobs to get through. Okay. Where to next, guys? This way? Herobrand, are you going to go to the right? You are! Okay, Herobrand remembers the plan. That's fun. Okay. So I'll help you, Herobrand. The others will probably stay alive over there, more or less. Okay, stop with the disarming thing. That's really annoying. Okay. Alright, I think we're in good shape now. Presumably there's another boss fight, and I don't know who the boss is. It could just be an orc boss, right? The boss fight could be the moment when Gifemund turns on us. I'm almost hoping Gifemund turns on us at this point, because if he doesn't, I don't know what I'll do. I mean, I won't be confident leaving Woodhurst in his control. Hey, look, that completed a Slayer deed. Oh, man. Herobrand, rather than going over and... Oh, okay, we're just going to talk? Oh, because they're finished over there. No, they're charging. There's Torferth, Cadwallader, Ila. Okay. Alright. Well, Torferth is back. I, of course, figured that. Alright, Herobrand. Torferth, that vile traitor. He helped them take the city. Okay, so the big reveal is that it was Torferth all along? Okay, is Gifemund going to do it? Uh-huh. Still waiting. Still waiting for the betrayal. Okay, well... Alright, so Cadwallader is what? The leader of the Dunlendings from the... You know, from downtown there? Right, from on the other side of the tracks? Man. Alright, Gifemund. Appreciate the heal there. Boy, I can't even kill this sentry. That's bad news. Okay, there's Cadwallader. They're getting Torferth there. So, Cadwallader was the mysterious stranger in the pub? Dude, I have no memory of that. Okay. Well, making some progress here. There's Illa still beating on people from behind. Oh, he's a wimp. I should go kill him. I kind of figured he'd be the toughest, but I guess Cadwallader is the toughest, so let me take him out, and then we can concentrate ourselves on Cadwallader. Besides, he's not paying a lick of attention to me. I'm getting all kinds of positional advantage on that dude. Oh, he's finally turned around. Just in time. Okay. Let's see, there we go. Now everybody can beat on Cad. I guess they took out Torferth while I wasn't looking. So that's fine. Oh, come on, Cadwallader. Seriously? And stop with the caltrops already. No one's impressed. Okay. And here we go. This should be now coming down to the end. Maybe this is when Gifemund is going to choose to reveal himself. No. Oh. Hey, Andang, welcome. Boom. Okay. Excellent. All right, Herobrand. Look, it's your Mead-hall, Herobrand. Wouldn't it have been nice to... Never mind. We are victorious. I cannot thank you enough for your aid in reclaiming Woodhurst from the cruel grip of the White Hand. Yeah, but what about Gifemund? We could not have claimed victory today without you. Gifemund and I have much to discuss about the future of Woodhurst. Oh, great. There is time for that. Today we celebrate our victory. I guess. I mean, yeah, that was good and everything, but... Oi. If any enemies still remain in the city, they will be routed out with their leaders defeated. There will no longer be organized resistance. The city is finally ours. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, the city is fun. Hey, Bryant stopped crying. That's real progress. That was a great battle, one we will not soon forget. I have reclaimed the seat that was my father's, but I am leaving Gifemund in charge. Oh. That's such a bad idea, Herobrand. He has proven his loyalty. No, he hasn't. He has proven that he knows how to consolidate his own power and will make a dependable steward until I return. Yeah, you can depend on him, that's right. For what can you depend on him, though? I have heard rumor of aid needed in Westfold. I will soon pack my belongings and join these following Erkenbrand to the Ford of Eisen. Good. This is for the second battle of the Fords of Eisen. May we meet again someday. Okay. I forget, am I doing reinforced or... Yeah, reinforced ones are the ones I'm going for. Okay. Let's do reinforced again then. Not really an upgrade. Well, a little bit worse in armor. I don't know. Okay. Completed. Westhurst has fallen. Yeah, it sure has. Okay, so not right. Nothmar's the Thane of Gaphold. I almost forgot who he was. Okay. So... that's supposed to be the happy end and closure of the Woodhurst plot? Yeah. Great. So it just means that Gifemund's betrayal is going to come after Herobrand leaves for the Battle of Pelennor Field. And then when Herobrand dies at the Battle of Pelennor Field, then, like, Gifemund is going to take over and things are going to get worse here and it's going to be awful. I weep for the town of Woodhurst. Okay. All right. Healer, I need you to heal my equipment.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
There we go. Yeah, thanks for that. Appreciate it. Okay. Hey, look. Hey, can we do a little business here? Yeah, I got this stuff. It's clogging my inventory. Oh, yeah, I even need to reforge stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, hey, let's increase the range of my reveal weakness that I never do, just in case, you know? That seems like that would be relevant. I mean, in theory. Now, sneak movement speed. Talk about your skills I use. All right. That's fine. And then, Mr. Relic Master, if you wouldn't mind just trashing some of these ones I don't need. That would help my inventory considerably. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. Excellent. Since we're here anyway and having to repair gear. All right. So where to next? Gríma, I guess. So Woodhurst is done. And I got no vector at all. Or just like... yeah. Huh. Wait a second. So where are we here? What is even happening? Okay, so I guess I'll go do the Gríma encounter. That sounds good. Where am I on the epic? No, not Introduction to West Gondor. Rumors of Battle, Travel to Helm's Dyke is the next epic I've got. Okay, so I'm clearly not ready for that yet. Broadacres? There's the Monsters Are Madness. If I go back to Stoke... I'll do Gríma first, and I'll go down to Stoke. Okay. All right. I'll definitely do go meet Gríma next because I mean, come on. Yeah, I have to admit, Phil, I thought they were talking about Wigan's Warsteed as well, and I'm like, what happened to him? Yeah, I was a little concerned there for a minute. You know, the sire of Carrion here. Right. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I was not following what we were talking about there. Yes. Yes, it was very sad to hear about Wayward, the streamer who passed away. Okay. Meeting Wormtongue. Should be exciting here. Good. Yeah, Druid's Fire says that she'll be saying a few suitable words during her show, and one of the other streamers will be joining her from for a moment to relate his own comments. Yeah, that's great. That's great. I didn't know Wayward. I didn't know Wayward, and I'm sorry I did not. Okay. Hang on a second. Who's that over there? That town. Edoras. Okay. Right. Didn't realize we were that close again. Okay, so what are these the bodyguards in question? Yes. Great. Okay, so we're defeating Gríma's bodyguards, who are apparently these chaps. Alright, so I need 6 of them. Okay. Well, while I hunt these, why don't I answer a lore question? Okay. Shaquille Oatmeal, which, by the way, awesome name. Shaquille Oatmeal asks, do we have any idea what happened to Saruman's spirit, if we can call it that, after he died? We absolutely can call it that. Or we could use the Elvish name and call it his fea. But we do know he is doomed to wander houseless through the world. We see this explicitly dramatized in the text itself, right? So you notice when Saruman dies, is that Gríma? Yes, it is. I see him. Standing here in the middle of the burn down. What's he looking at? Contemplating the burned out shell of this house and thinking about how it's a metaphor for his career? I don't really know. But anyway, so when Saruman is killed at the end of the Return of the King, he from his body, this sort of shadowy, smoky spirit arises, right? So it's visible, like it's made visible there for the hobbits to see, and we're told that it turns imploringly towards the west, like he wants to go home, right? His body having been killed, he is desirous of returning to Valinor, where he came from, and he is rejected, right? As he turns to the west, a stiff wind arises from the west and blows him away, right? I mean, it's pretty clear, I think, what happens with Saruman. Tolkien confirms this also in the essay on the Astari, or at least in the section on the Astari in Unfinished Tales. Christopher quotes a passage where Tolkien makes it explicit that Wormtongue's or not Wormtongue's, Saruman's spirit is sort of doomed to remain in Middle-earth. Houseless, wandering the wilderness, which is like Sauron's spirit, essentially. Hey there, Wormtongue. What's up? Well, are you not an annoying little hobbit, more like a maggot crawling in the carcass of this once great land? Really? Well, funny you should say that. It is certain that you will die here, if not by my hand, then perhaps by your best friend's. Really? A, who is my best friend? B, why is my best friend going to murder me? Do I have to make a best friend first and then get murdered by him? A wise tongue can be stronger than the arms you bear. I have need of more orcs since you killed mine. Should you find me again, you will not be so fortunate. Oh yeah, you want to throw down right now? Let's see who's the maggot here. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Wait, I did talk to Gríma Wormtongue. Oh, thank you. I had to wait till he, vanished over the horizon. And nothing. That's it. I got no quests at all. Seriously, I'm done with Gapholt. That's it. Nothing else happening in Gapholt. The refugees lining up on the bridge, still, so far as I know. Okay. There's nothing. Here's Gryfflet, standing alone amid this ruined farmstead, trying to pick up the threads of his plot lines. Okay, I can go back to Stoke, but Gapholt is seriously done? Because that was utterly unsatisfying. Woodhurst was unsatisfying, but at least I do clearly feel that I feel like I'm supposed to be satisfied. I mean, I'm not, but I'm supposed to be satisfied, I think. Yeah. There are no more quests in Gapholt. I'm just leaving the refugees. They told me their problems. I gave them some food to munch on in line. No, I gave their horses some food to munch on in line. And then that was it. Okay. So I guess I'm done with the Stone Deans. I got no vector to Westfold? At all. Grimslade, Martin, nothing happening. Just Helmsdyke for the epic. I am so confused right now. But I guess I'll go back to Stoke. I'm going the wrong way. Stoke is this way, Gryfflet. Huh. Okay. Weird. All right, I'll go back up to Stoke. Because obviously I wanted to wrap that up anyway. So I'm not complaining about that. There's Stoke, I think. Has just hoven into view. Let's go with hoven. Uh-oh. Little cliff action here. Good. Woo, good. Okay. Well, that's fine then. Where are we? Middlemead. Dude. Mike, which continent am I on again? Okay. Hang on. Why don't I just go to Middlemead? Then I can probably stable from there. Okay. All right. Yeah, here's the guards, even though... I love the guards still standing there, even though the place is burned out. Have I done to the Westfold and talked to Gandalf? Where? I remember getting a whole bunch of vector quests at the same time. I didn't speak to Éowyn? On the road to Dunharrow? Was I deliberately waiting on that because I hadn't finished the rest of the things? Okay. Yes, I think, yeah, the only ones I got warband quests. I can ditch those. Okay. All right. So the Martin and Grimslade vectors both come from Helmstag. So I will follow the epic vector then when I finish Stoke. Except, what's up with this talk to Éowyn quest? I feel like I talked to Éowyn outside Meadowseld like 100 times. Was there a reason I didn't do that? Oh, Pink Katie, that... logo, that graphic behind me is the logo of Signum University, which I am delighted to represent.
What is happening to these lands?
Okay, let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's go to Edoras. Oh right, okay. So I didn't do that because of the warning. I got to finish up some stuff first. So that sent me up to Middlemead, as I recall. Right, it's like, don't do this until you do those other things. But now, that was like 7 levels ago, that quest. I guess since I'm frozen, that hardly matters. Let me go finish in Stoke, and then I'll come down here, and then I'll go back to Helmstag. Eventually. We'll get there. Okay, let's see. Stoke. There we go. Just what I was hoping for. All right. Definitely going to Stoke. Let's see how our friend... Some good navigation there. Let's see how our friend and primary ally in Stoke, that is that girl who is the little spy. Clearly the best character, though I don't remember her name. What? An Arwen? The Treason of Isengard came out on Kindle a few weeks back? That's big news. An Arwen, how many of the others are on Kindle? I'd not seen that. That's huge, an Arwen. Huge. The lack even of electronic texts of the history of Middle-earth has been a problem. I know, JJ, exactly. Searchable home volumes, that's not to mention screen-readable, so that they're accessible to the blind, not to mention to those of us who might as well be blind when it comes to reading. All of them up to 7 now are. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. I am so glad. Next, audiobooks, please. Audiobooks, please.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
Okay. The Reeve does not seem encouraged by our success. However, I know exactly what she needs to raise her spirits. I'm going to suggest a feast in celebration of our victory. Perhaps she would listen if you were to broach the subject. Oh, up to 9 in the UK now, Phil? Right, so up through the history of the Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Oh, and they're continuing. Good. So Morgoth's Ring comes out on the 19th of August. Great. Great. Is Andy Serkis doing the Lord of the Rings audiobook? I was afraid that was going to happen. I'm not an enormous fan. I like it well enough, but I'm not super excited about the Andy Serkis Lord of the Rings. I thought he probably would. They would probably have him do it, but I'm a little disappointed because, well, hang on a second. I'll talk about this in a second. All right, let's broach the subject here. Broaching subject. I want a progress bar. Broaching.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
A feast. Gryfflet, I am not certain that we have cause to celebrate, for I am not certain that we have truly succeeded in our venture. Well, Frithild, I'm not completely sure I remember what our venture is, so will you join us? Everybody else died. Okay. Right, so almost everybody else died, and the only two left alive, Dudzig is still over there, and Ordlac, speaking of inevitable betrayal. Okay, right, so the two biggest losers are the only ones who still remain. Okay, so let's do this.
Despite Reeve Frithild's misgivings with the victory at Barth Doram, Thane Ordlac has prompted her to hold a celebration feast.
So, by the way, I'm not trying to diss on like the Andy Serkis readings. They're good. I like them, but my problem is he's a wonderful voice actor, right? I mean, his voices are fantastic, but he's not a good narrator. Like, he does not have a good flow for prose narration, and so that was, his Hobbit didn't convert me. Like, I'm going to keep listening to the Rob Inglis version in my normal readings. And I think I have lower expectations of his Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings is much more heavily focused on the narrator's voice than the Hobbit is. Andy Serkis the way that Andy Serkis did the Hobbit narrator was like, I mean, because the Hobbit narrator's voice is a very kind of particular voice, a particular tone. Anyway, we'll see, but it's something that I have generally found. I like I was talking with Ed Powell about this a little while back. Back in the early days of audiobooks, they used to hire professional, readers to read audiobooks. And lately, in the last 10 years or so, they've shifted almost entirely to hiring actors to read audiobooks. And often that's really, really good and makes a dramatic difference. But it's my biggest complaint about that trend is that actors often are not good narrators. They think about the personas a lot, right? They think about the people. They get into the voices and the characters, and that's great. That's what actors do. But narration, like reading narration in, a good, clear, engaging way is a different kind of skill. And it's a lot of actors don't have it. And let me tell you what is worst. What is worse than that, far worse than that, is poetry. Oh my goodness. Andy Serkis did a wonderful job with the songs in general. In particular, I loved his version of the, what's it called? The Lake Town song in chapter 10. Nailed it. I thought it was wonderful. But reading poetry, oh goodness. Like, for instance, the I just recently read the Tales from the Perilous Realm narration by Derek Jacobi. Now, it's Derek Jacobi, right? Derek Jacobi is amazing, right? But holy cow, the man cannot read a poem. Like, he cannot read a poem. Of course, part of the Tales of the Perilous Realm is the Adventures of Tom Bombadil, the poetry collection. It was like actually painful. I could barely get through it, and I will never listen to it again. Ever. I had to force myself. I forced myself because it was my first time listening through that. And I'm like, okay, no, I want to hear. Oh, man, it was so bad. In general, so many actors suck at reading poetry because they try to, like, express the lines like a character would express them. They try to turn it into dialogue instead of like actually letting the rhythm. And so especially Tolkien's poems, which are very often like the rhythm is really important. You can hear and feel the actor actively resisting the rhythm because they're trying to turn it into the cadence of normal speech. They're trying to make it into a dialogue speech. Right. And it drives me absolutely bananas. Again, it was so like listening to Derek Jacobi read Errantry was like fingers down a chalkboard. It was so bad. Just awful, awful, awful. Anyway, so that's terrible. So anyway, Mark Naismith, I will say, the experience of audiobooks. Look, I get it. But if you don't get it, don't try. It's fine. Like the kind of people who listen to audiobooks are the kind of people who could like, I read with my ears. I have not read a book for pleasure with my eyes in 15 years, probably. The best way to consume stories for me without, and I'm not judging anybody. I'm not trying to push this on anybody. I listen to stories. That is how I consume stories. And in the modern world, that's very unusual. And only a very small fraction of people do it that way. But it is my opinion that that is not normal. That is to say, people have been trained into that. It was normal for hundreds and thousands of years, in fact, for the primary way in which people consumed books was by listening to them, by hearing them read aloud. That is that used to be the normative mode. Now, I don't doubt that back then there were lots of people who would have done better reading them with their eyes, right? It's totally like very individual. But I think that there are a lot more people than most people realize nowadays who actually do very much better. It's one of the reasons audiobooks are so popular. And I've been, it is, of all of the things that have changed in our society, the things that have like developments that have been happening, especially in the world of publication and media over the last 20 years, the thing that has made me happiest and has changed my life most positively is the proliferation of audiobooks, the establishment of audiobooks as a major industry. It's a huge thing. And Catrion, it's not just a godsend for the blind, it's a necessity for the blind. I'm actually dealing with this right now. The Nature of Middle-earth, the big new Tolkien book that's coming out, edited by Carl Hostetter, that's coming out in September, is not coming out either in with a digital text or an audiobook version. And so there is a number of blind folks in our Signum community who were distressed because they couldn't read it at all. So I've been working with them. I'm helping to develop an accessible text for them. I mean, I have to do it kind of like unofficially on the side, for their benefit, but I want to make sure they can read it so we can talk about it. Anyway, so yeah, that audio, like that's how I read. Like that is how I read. That is the best way that I read. And again, I understand like people who don't understand it, like I get it, and you don't have to. Like, it's pretty, it's like how you're wired, man. Like that's what it's, there's, for some people, it's just like, this is a thing I kind of enjoy doing on long car trips or something like that. And this is a problem I find often, that people who read with their eyes by default, who can't imagine really just like primarily reading in any other way, think of audiobooks as something that like you're sometimes forced to do by circumstance, like a long drive, right? You can't read with your eyes while you're driving for 5 hours, so you listen to an audiobook, and that's better than not reading, right? And so you do it, and so that's how they think of it. Carl Hostetter himself actually kind of betrayed this attitude, which is very normal among people who are not audio people. When he gave his talk at Mythmoot just 2 weeks ago about his book, he was, people asked him, he was asked by one of the audience members, I think one of the blind audience members, asked if there was going to be an audiobook version, and he was like, oh no, I don't think there's going to be an audiobook. And he's like, frankly, I can't understand why anybody would want an audiobook version. And again, that's like spoken like somebody who doesn't understand, right? Who's just not that kind of person. The answer is because I'd like to read the book. Thank you, right? You know, you could hear it. He went on and kind of talked about it for a little while, like he can't understand. You know, it's like, this is not the kind of book that somebody would listen to, and he's picturing like the only reason that people listen to audiobooks is to, you know, for like light entertainment when they're on a long trip or something like that. And this isn't the kind of book that you would do that with. But as I say, for me, it's reading. Right. I mean, I'm currently, one of the audiobooks I am currently reading, unabridged audiobooks, is Thomas Aquinas' Summa Theologica. It's about a 220-hour book that I'm listening to. Like, it's how I read, right? No matter what it is, that's how I read. So anyway, and of course, as Catriona is saying, for the blind, it's absolutely essential. So anyway. So, as you can see, I have opinions about audiobooks and audio reading, it's JJ, in so many ways it has changed my life, having audiobooks, not just in that it has enabled me this freedom to actually read in the way that works best for me, that is faster and better and easier for my memory and everything else, but I also, but as you say, you know, JJ says, I don't enjoy taking walks on their own, but with a good book to listen to, the walk becomes a pleasure rather than a chore. Yeah, I do, because I have audiobooks. Not only, again, like if I were just sitting and doing nothing, I would read by audiobook instead of with my eyes. I would rather curl up on the couch, you know, in front of the fire with an audiobook than with a book to read with my eyes. Like, no question, I would do that 100% of the time. But the other advantage is I do it. So, I mean, I do all the cooking in my house, right? And I listen to audiobooks when I'm in the kitchen every day. Because I can do that while I'm driving, while I'm doing chores and errands and things like that, I'm like, you know, I can have a day where I'm enormously busy, where I don't have any openings at all in my schedule, where there is no way I would have time to just sit down and pick up a book and read. But I get 4 hours of pleasure reading done. I mean, yeah, it is like, that's just absolutely transformative. But anyway, yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, okay. Sorry. I'll get off my audiobook soapbox. But it is really one. Anyway, this is why I have opinions. And like I said, I figured an Andy Serkis Lord of the Rings is coming, and I will totally go into it with an open mind. Again, he's a wonderful voice actor, and I'm sure that there will be many, many wonderful things about the Andy Serkis Lord of the Rings. But I would actually, I would love it even more if it were like a kind of a team thing. But anyway, it's fine. I'm sure he'll do a good job, and I will certainly enjoy listening through it when it comes out. And yeah, you're right that Aquinas is a chunk to absorb. Madman Modeler. I do it. I read a question a day, basically. So it's like about 20 to 60 minutes. One question with the different articles every day. I don't like just sit down and listen to the Summa Theologica for 4 solid hours, any more than I would sit down and read with my eyes the Summa Theologica for 4 solid hours. Books like that I find, in whatever format, are best taken in smaller chunks if you really want to take them in. JJ, I would be tempted to combine Rob Inglis's narration and Andy Serkis's voices to create a hybrid audiobook version. That would be a really fun fan project, actually. You are giving me ideas, JJ. Maybe. Anyway, okay. All right. All right, Frithild. What's going on? I am pleased that you were able to join us for this feast. While I remain uneasy about the outcome, I find that I am able to, for the moment, put aside my worries. You and Ordlac have my gratitude for this respite. Okay. You're still not... But we still trust Dudsig and Ordlac, right? Oh, hang on. We're wasting our time. Reeve Frithild should not be sitting in this hall drinking, but leading her people. Reeve Frithild... Was that Dudsig complaining? Perhaps my own Thane is known for celebration amid ruin? This is still Dudsig talking, yeah. May I have your attention, friends? Oh, this ought to be good. We're able to enjoy this feast in peace due to the heroic efforts of our friends. Ask you to raise your mug with me in her honor. Okay. All right, we're guzzling. Oh, boy. You poisoned her. Oh, good. Go fetch some water from the table over there. Okay, do I get to douse Frithild? Frithild has gone. Frithbert is now Reeve of the Broadacres. Uh-huh. Yes, fell to treachery, so it would seem. Take the children from here and summon someone to care for Frithild's body. Oh boy. Talk to Thane Ordlac. Is he here? Am I back? Or wait, yeah. Oh, look! Ordlac has put himself in the Reeve's chair. How lovely. And there's Dudsig lounging and looking disreputable over here. Oh, so the coup is complete. Look, all of the other people who might have opposed you conveniently died in the battles, and then you offed Frithild before she could break your nose again. The Acres lost a great leader today, my friend, but we cannot allow grief to overwhelm us. Yeah, I'm sure it's not overwhelming you. We must show strength for the sake of the people of Stoke. However, the children must be given the opportunity to mourn their mother. I have ordered that a funeral be held for Frithild. Yeah, just like you ordered the feast where she was poisoned. Uh-huh. Good.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
A shadow of gloom has fallen over the people of Stoke, especially Frithild's children. We must rebuild their hope. Will you join me at Frithild's house to honor her passing? It would mean much to her children. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, man. This is going really badly. I believe your presence will assuage the children's hurt a little. Okay. Yeah. Can we...
To appease the grief of Reeve Frithild's children, Thane Ordlac has chosen to hold a private and unsettlingly cheerful funeral for the late Reeve of the Broadacres.
Hey, can I appease their grief by maybe, you know, I don't know, cutting Ordlac's hamstrings or something? I am glad that you were able to join us, my friend. I am sure that Frithild would have wished it. We are here to pay tribute to a great woman. Frithild has passed from our fellowship, but let us not view her passing with mourning. This ought to be a happy occasion. Rather, let us celebrate her valor and courage. Gryfflet, will you bring Frithild's shield and lay it upon her? Like, why is everyone else submitting to this smarmy jerk? Frithild was trained as a shield maiden of Rohan. And though it has been hundreds of years since our womenfolk went to war, she was no less skilled in the art. She was in truth a shield of great strength against the evils of our time. Let us honor her for this. Oh, look, her shield is now in 2 places? Okay.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Will you bring Frithild's sword and place it as well upon her in honor? I can think of somewhere else to place it. I know just where she'd want to put this sword. Frithild was a great swordswoman, and the foe learned this through many forays. Though her allies fell around her, she stood strong in the face of great evil. Yeah, that part of your plan didn't pan out, huh? Indeed, not only was she the shield of the Broadacres, but she was its sword of swift vengeance. Let us honor her for this. Okay, come on, man. I beg your pardon, Thane, but mean no offense to you, but these words are hollow and of no comfort. I take no offense, I assure you. It is understandable that you grieve. Calm out, Engifu. No.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My thanks to you for bringing honor to Frithild. Okay. Yeah. Before we adjourn, I must make one pronouncement and that I should be a witness to. Okay. This ought to be good. I must make known Frithild's last wishes. Oh, did she whisper it as she was dying, I bet? As Frithbert has not yet come of age and Thane Torferth perished in Torsbury, I am regent of the Broadacres and protector of Frithild's children. Of course you are. Of this Gryfflet was witness to, as we were all present here. Yeah. Okay. Again, I hate being railroaded by these quests.
My friend's papa never came home.
Did our
from
mother
war.
truly proclaim Thane Ordlac as our regent? This is most horrible. I cannot say why, but Ordlac makes me uneasy. Yeah, I can say why. He always seems friendly and cheerful, but he makes light even of sad things.
There is so
I am
much
frightened.
danger.
Thane Ordlac smiles very much, but I do not like his eyes. There is no kindness in his eyes. He looks at us strangely, and it frightens me. Yeah, Dudzig, what do you have to say? Thane Ordlac has instructed me to keep the children in seclusion. Oh, no. Yeah, what? It's the... Oh, boy, it's the princes in the tower all over again. I am sure you understand. With their mother dead and Frithbert not yet old enough to assume his title, they are in danger. You never found the traitor in Osserley, you know. Oh, yes, I did, Dudzig. As much as I dislike you, you have proven a trusted friend to the Broadacres. However, even you will not be allowed to speak with the children again without Thane Ordlac's leave. When do we start fighting? Can I start fighting them now? I believe you were dismissed. Okay. Hi, kids. I'm here to talk to you without permission.
Will you aid the
Do you think it was too soon for me to declare my regency? The children seem distressed. Surely they must understand that someone must lead their people until such time as Frithbert comes of age.
Our success depends
I must
upon our
confess, I
strength.
do not have much experience with children. Young Frithbert seems to be bearing up fairly well, though I dare say he has taken a disliking to me. Oh, why would that be? However, there seems no end to his sister's tears. Yeah, also, shocking. Speak with Frithbert, and learn if there is something that might be done to comfort her. Okay. I simply do not think I can bear this weeping another moment. Oh, I know, it's so tedious, isn't it? Kids weeping for their mother?
There is so much danger. I am
Thane
afraid.
Ordlac only feigns concern. He cares not for me and my sister. Look how he has treated the helm of my honored father. It has been tossed upon the floor. He is bold to take the seat where my father's helm has sat for as long as I can remember. I suppose there is naught I can do. Perhaps if you could bring Engifu to the Mead-hall, she might comfort Frithild. She was told to remain at my mother's house. Okay. Maybe Engifu will help me lead the uprising, or give me permission to lead the uprising. Okay. Yeah, Dudzig does always have to have something to lean on Catriona. It is the classic, it's the pose we've seen, like, ever since the, what are they called? Okay, let's see. Afbert. The guard has been replaced by soldiers from Osserley. Oh, I can't get in? Alright, I'm going to go find him at the inn. The Blackwolds? Was that it? The bandits back in Bree? Yeah, I mean, that's been the posture ever since then. Just in case, you weren't already suspicious of Dudzig. Hey, Alfbert.
Our mission is dire.
You've begun to see Ordlac's heavy hand. Oh, yeah, it's become just a touch suspicious. Kinulf and Dudsig sent me away and replaced me with Ordlac's men. The Reeve's men are being displaced throughout Stoke. Many are being sent on hopeless forays against the invaders. Mark my words, Ordlac is trouble. If you want an explanation, ask Ordlac yourself. Do you think that will finally precipitate combat? Oh man, things have gone from bad to worse. Where's my friend the spy? Surely she can help in this situation. All right. Okay, man. This is rough. Maybe we'll finish up Stoke here today, though. Still have half an hour. Wouldn't take me that long to mop the floor with Ordlac. Why are you troubling me with trivial matters? Did Frithbert not send you to retrieve the children's governess? I must beg your pardon for Kinulf's stiff neck. He was only following my instructions not to allow anyone into Frithild's house to trouble the governess. It appears I was mistaken. Kinulf reports that the old woman was so overcome by grief that she threw herself from the second floor and perished. Oh, isn't that unexpectedly tragical? As well, Frithild's physician has asked to speak with you at the inn. He seemed quite distraught, but would not tell me what concerned him. I was forced to break his neck and remove him from his service, but I suppose it is understandable he does not yet trust me. When you learn what he has to say, return to me so that I may decide how best to treat with him. Yeah, why would I do that? I mean, first I turned Woodhurst over to Gifemund, and now I'm supposed to just, like, blithely continue doing Ordlac's bidding? Man. This is awful. I mean, I know it's hard. You know, I know that it's, you know, the game engine is not really set up for just us to kind of, you know, sort of choose to do whatever we want, you know what I mean? But still, times like this, I feel completely helpless fulfilling the quests, but I just try to look at it as a, you know, story, just having the story unfold. I might not like the direction the story is going, but I hate feeling complicit. You know what I mean?
Will you aid the horse lords?
Are you Gryfflet, the one who aided Reeve Frithild? That as well. I wished for you to know that I inspected the wine cup from which the Reeve drank at the celebration and found a small amount of poison therein. You don't say. I did not wish to speak of this with Thane Ordlac, for he has been quick to dismiss the thoughts, feelings, and opinions of all around him. Perhaps you could bring him proof of this treachery. Why would I do that? I mean, it's like he's not even asking the question of who put the poison in, right? Like, that's not even a question that's occurred to him. I have heard rumor that there have been a few strangers in town. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure that's got to be it. Person or persons unknown.
Our mission is dire.
Alfbert is like, I did see a stranger. That must be it. He was one of those half-bloods. At first I thought he was one of Thane Ordlac's retinue, perhaps a kinsman of Dudsig, but he left quickly. He departed at the northeast gate on horseback. I have an idea. Let's beat Dudsig and Ordlac's heads together first, then go riding off after the stranger. What do you say? Oy. All right. Let's see. Is he going to be at the camp out here? No. Out here at Dudzig's camp. Grimlock is his name, I guess. How far off is he? No, not far. Just want to see if I should change to my warhorse. Oh, there he is. Hi. So let's see. You look like a Rohirric chap. A trader. Are you from Osserley or, you know, something else, or? Okay. Okay, let me search his body here. A phial of poison. And then bring it to Ordlac. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And he'll be so saddened by this news. See, again, it's playing the part of the stooge in the unfolding story that bothers me. Oops. Sorry. Wrong way. That's worst eating for you. Come on, you can do it. Turn! Turn, blast you. Man, I could have just kept riding up the hill. Forgot where I was. Lost my head for a moment, and now all kinds of trouble. All right, there we go. Finally. Okay. All right. Now, my intention here is to confront Ordlac with the deed. All right, Ordlac, your time is up. This is the same poison the man who tried to murder my wife used. Really? Oh my gosh, like when you tried to off your... I mean, when person or persons unknown tried to off your wife, they used the same poison? Wow. These treacherous brigands must be dealt with at once. I will not brook villainy. You didn't consider Frithild's death might have been murder. I know, right? Who would have imagined? When she just collapses at the feast that you were hosting, like... Yeah. I bid you ride out the northeast gate and seek this Grimlock's companions, of which I have no doubt he has many. Strike them down and return to me. We shall not brook such villainy. Are you setting me up for an ambush, I hope? I hope that, you know, like, will Dudsig join them? Ride for vengeance. Okay. All right, we'll do what we can, you know. Ordlac is like, go out and find the true killers. So off we go. Back among the raspberries, I guess. That's where, you know, villains seem to be hiding. Oh no. No, they're a little more southerly, I guess. Let's put on my invisible hat so we don't accidentally aggro any mounted warg riders. Okay, I'm looking for... Oh, there they are. Yeah, they're mounted. All right, I'll take the lot of you. Oh, good. At least I'm not having that same weird problem I was having before. Okay. I wonder... I'll probably get dismounted at some point here. And when I do, I'll see... Here we go. I'll see if I can take them on foot. No? Will they stand? Oh, they will. How lovely. Oh, that is so courteous of you. Yeah. No, really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, that's great. Where's the other dude? Here he is. Oh, he's not going to wait for me? Okay, fine. Whoa. He's going all the way into next Tuesday. Come back, Brigand Captain. If you're going to do this straight line thing, I guess it can work out. It's kind of fun, at least in the open fields like this, when they just run away and don't even try to attack you. Okay. Did I get them all? Found an unusual token. Oh, come on. Like Dudsig is going to join the ambush or something. Okay. Oh, but who, oh, who will see through to the heart of this terrible mystery? Okay, this time I won't take a wrong turn. Oh, hang on. Luva! Good to see you, Luva. Whoop, whoop, hang on. Sorry. War steed problems. You understand how it is, Luva. Okay.
What business have you with the
It is well I saw you before you returned to the Mead-hall. Is it true that Reeve Frithild is dead and Ordlac is regent? Then I have come in an opportune moment. Kenulf received word from my husband that he was to bring the entire garrison here. They left Osserley all but defenseless. I rode here swiftly alone to learn the truth of the matter, and now I see you bearing a token which I know well. I have seen the token in my husband's hands many times. He used to handle it when he was anxious about something. If you found it upon one of the brigands, it can only mean one thing. Ordlac is the traitor for which you have been searching at Osserley, and the one who ordered my death. Do not return to Ordlac, for I fear it would be your death. No, I think it might go there. Anyway, go instead to Torferth at Torsbury and tell him what transpires. He must bring his garrison to Stoke's defense at once. Oh, finally, somebody sensible. Okay. Let's get somebody who's not Ordlac and bring him in. All right. Wow. Okay. I don't know about you. I'm shocked by this turn of affairs. Are you shocked by this? I mean, Ordlac seems such a nice guy. I mean, from the beginning, nothing but good vibes, right? You know, locking up his wife and using her as bait. I really... I had high hopes for his career. I really did. Coming back here reminds me there's like a monster I'm supposed to kill over in Woodhurst, isn't there? I should do that before I head down to Helm's Dyke. What is this? I know this token well. It was a gift of friendship from my father to Ordlac's. Now all of the pieces of evidence you brought me made sense. I should have seen it. Ordlac is the traitor who brought ruin to my people. Luva was right to send you to me. I think it likely that Ordlac will soon move against young Reeve Frithild. You think? We must return to Stoke and put an end to his treachery. Finally. Yes. Let's ride at once. I got 15 minutes, Torferth. For there is little time to lose. The lives of many are at stake, not the least of which are Luva's and the Reeve's children's. We must take Stoke from the traitor and bring him ruin. There is no time to spare. Will you ride with the Toringas once more? Absolutely. Let's do it. Oh, good. It's an instance. I am proud to fight alongside you. Forth the Toringas! All right. Can I bring in my end friend? Oh, no, wait. My end friend was killed in the battle.
Thane Ordlac, revealed to be the traitor who orchestrated Reeve Frithild's death, has claimed regency of the Broad Acres and the Reeve's children. Young Thane Torferth of Torsbury prepares to ride against Stoke and take back the seat of the Reeve.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, my end friend collapsed like a house of cards. We have come to it at last, Gryfflet, and it is a sad day. Brother must fight brother, and much blood shall be shed. Nevertheless, Ordlac cannot be permitted to continue his treachery. Are you ready to march with us? I am sure that Ordlac has reinforced the road to the Mead-hall, but we cannot be delayed. Forth the Toringas! I'm with you. You can't see me, but I'm with you. All right, Torferth. There you go. Maybe your friends would join us? You think? There we go. Okay. Thought they were just going to watch. Starting to worry about the loyalty of your soldiers there, Torferth, but I'm glad they got it sorted out. Figured out, you know, which way the bad guys were and which end of the sword to stick into them and all that kind of thing. Got everything sorted. Okay. There we go. Oh, look, and they're coming with you this time. That's great. All right, I'll be right behind you. We got some archers who are all immediately leaping in to fight in the melee, which I suppose is just as well, all things considered. Yeah. I mean, I on the one hand, I guess I could tell the archers that they're doing it wrong, but frankly, I'm down with that. I really am. Well, there's two that know how it's done. Oh no, those were the Torsbury archers. They know how it's done. Well, fine. Where's that guy going? Everybody's teaming up on that archer. Well, Torferth fights by himself against everybody else. Good division of labor, guys. Boy, Wigan would just love this combat. All these guys all clustered together like that. Okay. Would these guys count as Dunlendings? All right. Okay, there's Kenelf. That's a good sign. If we're getting Kenelf here, then we'll get... Presumably, we'll get Dudzig soon. And then we'll get... what's his face? I've already forgotten his name. Ordlac. After that. Okay. Great. Yeah, no, the Toringas are doing excellently. Okay, right, and there's Kenelf getting teamed up on. Oh. Somebody called the scatter drill? This way. Which way? Everybody, you lost everybody. They just ran away in every direction. So we can go in by ourselves? Okay. Torferth must be defended. He should have given that note to all the rest of his warriors, frankly, because... Hang on, just healing up there, Torferth. I'll be with you in a moment. Maybe I'll have a little food here. Okay. Fine. Here we go. Oh, I was hoping you'd wait for me, Torferth. Thank you for that. Okay, here's Dudzig. Ordlac is threatening the Reeve's children. We must hurry. Out of the way, Dudzig. I will not let your master murder those children. What murder? It is not murder to throw down usurpers. The White Hand has promised us Rohan, and Ordlac will do something or other. Bring us that victory. Okay, Torferth, you're a lousy tank. Come on. Tank those guys. Right? No? Oh, I finally get to take down Dudzig. Oh boy, that's been a long time coming. Ordlac, stop this madness! Yeah, deal with us first. Hooray! I finally get to stab Ordlac in the back of the knee, which is not particularly mighty. Look at Frithbert, he's ready. I'm impressed he can hold that sword one-handed. All right. Finally. We are victorious. Those of Ordlac's men who followed orders without true knowledge of their master's treachery have turned on their brethren and helped rout Osric from Stoke. The battle is over. Hooray! I will wish to speak with you later. Come see me when you have rested a little. I'm fine. Okay. Torferth. Oh, now these seating arrangements are a little more appropriate. Torferth and Luva there. I'm grateful for your aid. If you had not accompanied me, I fear that Reeve Frithild and his sister would have perished at Ordlac's hand. This is a terrible time, however, for Frithbert is not yet old enough to lead the people of the Broadacres. No! No vector quest. It's over. Okay. And that's the end. It's a charming tableau. Poor Éowyn has to stand, though. It's a little rude. Okay, yeah, back to Éowyn. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more denouement than that, but hey, I got to kill both Dudzig and Ordlac, so it was a good day. All right. Back to Éowyn. I'll go down to the stable master. Then I will go talk to Éowyn, because I think now I'm done. Right, with Stone Deans and Broadacres, right? According to the wiki, this is when Torferth sends you to the Stone Deans. Except Ethild already had sent me to the Stone Deans. That feels like something they revised. I wonder why. Like, clearly you were supposed to do that whole story and then get sent over to the Stone Deans and do that whole story, right? But for some reason, I don't know what they have some kind of like layering issue or something. I don't really get it. I don't know what the issue was there. Okay. So we'll go back to Éowyn. And then this might lead us up towards Dunharrow. So Having finished up the Stone Deans, we retraced our steps and finished up the Broadacres, and now we're going to retrace our steps and finish up Kingstead at last, right? Okay. There's a whole conversation with Torferth and the wife and kids? Yeah, I was guessing it might have to do with the epic and non-epic quest lines clashing, as you say, Pineleaf. Have like forgotten how to navigate around Edoras, apparently. It's been too long. So let's try going in the right direction. Well, this is the right general direction anyway. There aren't exactly straight roads in Edoras. Okay, right. So, Leoflock crashes in through the door and tells you about the trouble in Woodhurst. Right, yeah, exactly. Dude, where even am I? Okay. I know this is right. Man, you know, here's Gryfflet in the middle of Éowyn, and he's all like, I have no memory of this place. Okay. All right. Did we ever get those two settled, Sigmar and Sigan? All right. Back up to Éowyn.
I have need of your aid.
You have done well. While there can never be an ideal time for such a journey, I believe our best opportunity has arrived. The journey shall be long, but I trust in your efforts in the Harrowdale, and I know my people will remain safe and sheltered from the White Hand. I can only hope my men at Dunharrow have finished readying the camp. Okay. Ooh, I get to go to Dunharrow? Oh. I think I'm going to have to wait on this instance, because I'm out of time. And now, unless we know it's a short... Is this a short instance? I shouldn't. It's like 3 o'clock right now, so I should stop. But hey, hanging out with Éowyn, Gryfflet could be in far worse company. It's just a travel instance? Okay, fine, we'll do it. Let's go. Everybody go to Dunharrow. As long as it's not one of those like never-ending half-an-hour battle sequences.
At Dunharrow, the people of Kingstead have at last found shelter. Yet at the edge of the Dimholt, a sudden wave of dread flows over Éowyn and her people.
Oh, here we are. No. Where are we? Yeah, Dunharrow. You want to go see the Paths of the Dead, Éowyn?
What brings you to these lands?
We met with no resistance on our journey, and yet I believe I have you to thank for that. Oh, yeah, sort of. Did some prep a long time ago. I would like to speak with you in private. I think we are in private. The people will manage on their own for now. Okay. Dunharrow, I have made it. Your efforts in the Harrowdale afforded us a swift and safe journey. You're welcome. Hey, no, don't mention it, Éowyn. Really, happy to help. It's an honor. For my part, I have set the people on building up our shelter. Okay. For there remain many from the Westfold who have yet to rally here. Yeah, they're busy, the Westfold. Their work shall take some time, so let us walk. Okay, we can walk. I wished not to alarm the people, but I must speak plainly. I believe we are being watched. What, like right now, or in general? We must discover what lurks beyond the trees. Dead people lurk beyond the trees. Long have I heard the tale of the men who live under the Dwimmerberg. Yeah. It's mostly true. But I've never have they ventured from their dark paths. Oh, we're going to get that, what Éowyn talked about seeing... Okay. Going to keep a tryst? No, but Aragorn's not been through yet. Still, I fear something watches us nearby. Right. Dead people. There are orcs too, but... I mean, in Lotro, anyway. Don't think there are any orcs. These stones. Never have I been without the Dimhold. I know not what we will find, so ready your wits. Okay.
Will you aid the horse lords?
I'm ready. As long as we're pretty efficient, Éowyn. Because I don't have much time here. Okay, we're walking. Could we run? Canopy smothers the light. We must not be caught unawares. Okay. We're... Okay. Don't worry. I'm not unawares. I'm ready for orcs. I'm ready for dead people. Not with the creaking of branches. Yeah, I noticed also that nothing was happening. But I'm walking with Éowyn. So, you know, who could complain? What could be better? Oh. Right. It's, we've been ambushed by the skeleton orcs. Don't worry, Éowyn. I'm here with you. Okay, yeah, this archer's gotta go. We cannot have any more of that. Now I'll help you with that defiler, Éowyn, because I know how annoying they are. Don't let it escape. Who? Did he run away? Yes, those are the orcs I spoke of. Queer indeed that they would think the dead an ally of any. Well, I don't think it's allies so much. Okay, fine, I'll get the defiler. Okay, what do we have up there? Is there another archer? Yes, there is. Okay. Now we should just be able to take these guys out, Éowyn. Okay, yeah, let's press on. Kinda out of time, Éowyn. This is, oh, there's the Black Gate. Very good. See, he's not, it's not allies, he's worshipping them. Invoking them, really, I suspect. Oh, this is cool. You should never have disturbed the dead. Dude, you were the one who was yelling at him just now. Your disguise makes no fool of me. Oh, right. Like, you did that yourself. What, make a fool? Hey, don't talk to Éowyn that way. We shall slay your people to the last. Just as you would have done to us. was going to say, you're just going to ignore Éowyn? She's standing right there. If that's not a tempting tank, I don't know what is. This is only a level 88 though, right? Yeah. And these guys should be like cheese ball here. How embarrassing would it be to die in a level 88 quest? But I'm not worried. Besides, I have Éowyn with me. Who could hope for better? Okay, Ur of the Chaldees. Stay away from me. Run no further. Oh, he can go in? The orc will find no shelter there. Do we get to meet him later? As it was with Baldur of old, those paths lead to naught but death. Yeah, I've looked at the gate. Frantic screams echo from the paths of the dead. Oh. The orcs are vanquished. My people are safe. Those orcs knew not the warriors they faced. Dunharrow shall once again be a haven for the people of Rohan, and my people will remain free of the enemy's grip. Let us not tarry long here, for this place fills me with dread. Okay. Let us return. Excellent. It sounds like I won't be seeing him later, Hologro, yeah. Okay, talk to Éowyn. I'll get back to Éowyn and then definitely have to go. But we got traveled to Dunharrow, so that's good. So this should be the end of the Kingstead landscape quests, right? The end of the Kingstead regional quests. I mean, there might be some chores to do here in Dunharrow, I imagine. But I mean the Dunharrow. If we have got to get a quest set here. And then Westfold. Okay, look at that.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
A vector quest from afar.
Our mission is
You've aided the people of Rohan far beyond anything I could have expected. Your efforts in the Eastamnet and now here in Kingstead show well your care for my people. There remains much to do in these grim days of war, but I and the others can rest more easily knowing the ally we have in you. We shall remain here at Theoden King's order, for the people shall be safe from the enemy. Wander not too far, for I am sure our paths will cross again. Okay, and I finally get boots. I suppose it's too much to hope that the Westfold gear is different. Maybe Helm's Deep gear will be different, cosmetically.
I am glad you have come with such haste.
No.
For these troubles weigh heavily upon me.
Book 1, Chapter 1? I don't want this yet. Nope, nope, nope. And that's it. Nothing. Right? So no Dunharrow quests until presumably the Book 4 time period. Okay. Excellent. So Gryfflet is done. Just done. So next time, so I don't forget, let me queue up my vector quest here for travel to Helm's Dyke. There we go. So I'll just go there and then we'll be good. Entrance to Helm's Deep, and then from there head out to Grimslade and Martin. I'll go the back way to Helm's Deep. That'll be fun. I'll go by mountain paths. I shall ride a sturdy pony. Okay, very good. Thanks everybody for joining me. I will be here next week. So I'm traveling the next 2 weeks, but not on Fridays. So I should be here both of the next 2 weeks, which is kind of fun. Thanks everybody. Druid's Fire is up next. See you next week. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.